I don't get that. Is it a Twitter thing? Is that what's going on? Anyway, everyone's in for the chat already, so I thought I'd just start the broadcast.
How are you all in here already?
And forget to.
I don't get that. Is it a Twitter
on
thing?
replay? What's going on, guys? I haven't even posted up in Discord yet. Let me do that. Eager for the convo today. It's not much, like in terms of the crypto economy, it's not like super exciting 24 hours, but everyone's in for the convo. Lazy Sunday, most of the world, just getting kicked off to Monday here in Australia. So a little ahead of the time, which is why I can give you the best tips. Just joking. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. It's for fun and stuff. How's that for an official disclaimer? All right, just going to post up in Discord, and then I'll get back to the chat, guys. I don't even have my Discord open, so this is well embarrassing. Excellent start to the show today. Technical skills of Fisher next to second to none in the crypto economy. All these guys with their green screens have nothing on Fish. All right, here we go. I'm just going to post it. People will figure it out. I'm not in type live now. All right, cool. Well, back for the convo. Neo, killing it. Absolutely smashing things out overnight. Affidavits in, Stroyers in, BB Junkie, Greencast Crypto Chronicus, Zhao, Johnny Crypto, well, aka Johnny Crypto, Medi, voila, comes in with a different language every day, Medi. It was bonjour for the last couple of days. Floyd and Stroyer. Yeah, man, unfortunately, I didn't get my KYC. I'm going to check my email again in a second, but last I checked. Sab in the house. How are you, Sab? Good to see you. Sabrina. I won't give away your last name. You probably don't want to know people to know that you're associated with me. Alrighty. Neo, $165 last time I checked. I'm just going to do a quick update. But it got me thinking. There was a lot of talk about, ICOs are going to be done with. It's going to be shut down by governments. It's going to be regulated to a point of non-existence. And I think we're seeing perhaps that predicted trend being bucked at the moment, with now having a plethora of ICOs upcoming. The price has done really, really well. Ashok Ramasamy. Ashok Ramasamy. Sorry, man. Good to see you. Car Quested. You've always got to go live around dinner time here. Yeah, I'm sorry, Crypto Chronicus. I got on a little early today. I got things to do. Sent off a nice little proposal for PIVX this morning. I'm being a little fishy pest and pestering those exchanges to try and get PIVX added to a couple. So we'll see what we can do there. In wallet PIVX DEX, talk about it, Crypto Chronicus. Oh yeah, man. Decentralized exchange inside the PIVX wallet, guys. That's actually a really important point that Crypto Chronicus brings up. We have released the roadmap for 2018 for PIVX, and it is impressive. We are again going to be breaking new ground. Same way as we were the first coin with proof of stake and zero coin protocol implemented. This year we will be the first coin to release in-wallet decentralized exchange, allowing you to transfer Bitcoin into ZPIV, which is very cool. So yeah, man, that's Crypto Chronicus. I'm going to have to get onto the devs and find out like a lot more about it, but that's the basic idea, which is pretty cool. But guys, I will do a video and take you through our 2018 roadmap, so it's looking pretty exciting. And obviously there's some things on there that I'll be working on as well, on the promotional marketing, community development side of things that aren't actually listed on that roadmap. That's much more of a technical roadmap. But we obviously have a lot of community development and marketing planned on top of that. So that's excellent. Muhammad Ahmed. Oh, hey, I wish I could, dude. I didn't get my KYC, Muhammad. I sent a proposal to one of the exchanges, Crypto Chronicus, explaining how I could add value to this particular exchange if PIVX happened to be added to it. I only just sent it this morning. This is not exactly hot news information. We got integration team working full time on that. I contacted John, who's head of our integration team at PIVX, I said, hey, John, listen, I just wanted to know if you've got anything official going on with this particular exchange. I believe I can be productive and potentially give them a reason to add PIVX to the exchange. And he said, go for it, mate. And I said, sweet, done. That's paraphrasing the conversation. Oh, nice. Yeah, I saw that one. I saw Self-Key, Muhammad Ahmed. I'm assuming it's about the same sort of thing, right? A digital identity. Yep, Crypto Chronicus iPhone, iOS PIVX app is coming. Got friends want PIVX on their phone, but don't have an Android. Yeah, no, we have got iOS coming. That's on our roadmap as well. So I will release a video. I might be able to find it here. Let me just have a quick look. PIVX 2018 roadmap. It's probably a website. I'm going the long way around. But yeah, I had a look at it. It was posted on our Discord group, so I just had a look at it there. Here we go. 3 days ago. Okay, here's some of the stuff, guys. I'll bring you over to screen share since we're being asked about it. Crypto Chronicus, I sort of announced our plan yesterday, mate, for Crypto Chronicus to bravely go under the needle. Should be fun. I haven't announced our other plan yet, which I really am excited about. Another little promotion we're doing. It's sort of like a combined Crypto Wave investment crew PIVX promotion. And we're using a lot of the members of the Crypto Wave investment crew to help us out with a really, really cool promotion for PIV. I was brainstorming with Chronicus about it the other day for like an hour, and we came up with some pretty good stuff, I think. Okay, so let's get into it. We're excited to present our roadmap features for 2018. This is only the top 15. More items will be added soon because our developers have some way they've figured out of never sleeping. Okay. Deterministic ZPIV wallet. Users will no longer need to keep new backups after each ZPIV minting. By backing up ZPIV seed, similar to a private key, users will have a full backup of any ZPIV minted in the future and be able to easily import the ZPIV seed to a new wallet and restore any ZPIV minted with the seed. That's pretty cool. This is a big one for mine. This is quite big because this will be another first within the economy, unachieved by any coin at this point, and is on our roadmap. So users will be able to stake ZPIV just like normal PIV, but also earn higher rewards and maximize privacy and ease of use. With the proposed new block reward scheme, ZPIV staking block reward will be 50% larger than PIV staking rewards, although PIVX already has orders of magnitude higher anonymity. I always have trouble with that word. Set sizes that most privacy coins set sizes that most privacy coins and maturation time to prevent time attacks. ZPIV staking will further optimize privacy by ensuring ZPIV minting and spending occur more frequently. Okay, this is the one that Chronicus was asking about. iOS mobile wallet release. After months of rigorous testing, the long-awaited iOS PIVX mobile wallet is ready and now undergoing final approval by the Apple Store. Come on, Apple. You don't want fish to get onto you. Get that approval. New Qt wallet design. The PIVX Qt wallet's graphic user interface will be streamlined and give easy access to options such as ZPIV auto minting, automatic backup on external storage, and auto split threshold for staking. Very cool. Must be a bloody picture of Wilkie's wallet with that many PIV in there. In wallet proposal tab, users will be able to easily perform all PIVX governance functions from within the Qt wallet's graphic user interface. There will be no need to access websites or vote from the debug console. I really like this, guys, because what I think it's going to do, this in-wallet voting, this goes into the in-wallet proposal and in-wallet voting. Users will be able to easily vote for all PIVX proposals and with the Qt wallet's graphic user interface. There will be no need to access websites or vote from the debug console. So this here, guys, is, you know how much I love our consensus model, that it's, our governance model, that it's governance by consensus of the community. And what this does is not only, but it further promotes it and makes it easier for every person to actually have their say, which I love. So, yeah, I think that this is going to really push PIVX into the light in 2018 as a community-focused cryptocurrency that actually listens to the community and says, no, we're not just going to run this top down. We're actually going to listen to what the people want. So yeah, I think this is really going to help bring that into light. Okay, let's have a look at the others. I won't read them all. You can go through yourself, guys, if you want to. But automatic backup on external storage devices, so just easy use. Ledger hardware wallet, masternode collateral support. So that's really handy. I will read this one. Storing private keys in a hardware wallet in an offline environment or cold storage affords the highest level of security. This feature will allow masternode collateral PIVs to be secured in a ledger device while simultaneously running masternodes earning rewards. ZDEX trading features and voting. So yeah, ZDEX is one of the things. We're updating the website. ZPIV decentralized exchange, guys. This is a economy first. So the PIVX core wallet will provide fully decentralized and anonymous exchange for ZPIV and Bitcoin. This will act as a direct entry to and from PIVX from Bitcoin without intermediaries. Trading fees. Oh, sorry, intermediaries. Trading fees from ZDEX will be rewarded to ZDEX nodes, master nodes that also help secure a ZDEX, incentivizing buying and long-term holding of PIV for passive income. No registration and no entrusting coins to secure, to the security of service. So yeah, that's something that's going to be revolutionary in the crypto economy. Another first for PIVX, guys. There is like you guys probably sit there and go, how is PIVX up the market cap when they're not really available on a whole lot of exchanges, which is something that we're working at right now. But how have they consistently been in the top 50 and only, just drifting outside that with the recent influx of new altcoins? And the reason is because we're constantly breaking ground. Well, not me, obviously. I can't code to save myself. I wouldn't even know how to start. But our developers are constantly breaking new ground in the economy. They're thinking of ways to improve what already exists, not just copy it, build on it, make it better, move us all forward. And that's what I love about PIVX, constantly thinking about ways to push the envelope, put our colleagues in other coins under a lot of pressure by continuing to develop our technology. Yeah, community design governments. So this is what I've been talking about on the show for quite some time, guys. One of the reasons I'm at PIVX. In 2017, masternode owners unanimously voted to redistribute voting power. Currently, only masternode owners can vote. Several CDG proposals have been submitted and will be voted on, and the winning proposal will be implemented as PIVX's system of governance. So that's pretty cool. So community-based governance, I just really like it. Elastic block sizes. It's obviously to do with scaling. I2P network integration. I hadn't even read up on this one. I'm going to have to read up on these ones because these parts here I hadn't actually read about yet. And Dandelion protocol integration. Dandelion protocol makes senders' IP addresses virtually untraceable. Transactions relayed to nodes go through a random number of hops in the stem phase and are symmetrically broadcast to more nodes in the fluff phase. That's interesting choice. I hadn't read that choice of words for that function. Even if an attacker identifies the location of the fluff phase, it is much more difficult to discover the original source IP of the stem phase. Yeah, that's cool. So that's again further increasing the anonymity of PIVX. Welcome back, Fish. Thanks for the question, Crypto Chronicus. That allowed me to spend the first 15 minutes going over PIVX instead of looking at Neo like I was supposed to. Ethercept said, I thought the show was going to be about Cardano. Mate, you don't want to start Fish on that, do you? Hey, Joseph Garnier is in with a Byteball update. Byteball was recently mentioned by Richard Hart and Max Kaiser on the Kaiser Report, which could be a factor in recent market activity. Just call me Dr. Byteball. Thanks very much, Dr. Byteball. Well done, Joseph. Thanks for dropping in the news. Seb, I still think Neo is still undervalued for its level of development compared to EOS and ADA. Got to agree with you, and the market has started to as well because Neo surpassed EOS last time I checked in market cap. Now, that may well have switched around at the moment, but it shows you the value of the here and now, the releasing apps. Okay, and that's what Neo is showing. That's my opinion of what we're getting this really good price run for. Liquid investment. Hi, Fish. Did you manage to get in on OneChain, Zilliqa? Zilliqa and Blue Zeal. No, liquid investment. One chain I was interested in. The other two I hadn't actually investigated. But let me just get back to the point about NEO. Yes, it has. It's passed EOS and IOTA, currently sitting at $162. So just pop back from those sort of 165 highs that I saw. Again, spot checking, not going and checking the graph for those highs. But it is one of very few green figures in the top 50 coins, really. There's few and far between. Another green figure, though, that is in the top 50 is Icon. It's gone up 5.3%, again, cracking over the $10 psychological resistance, which I honestly believe, if any coin was going to suffer a setback from the Korea FUD, potentially because of the people not realizing that Icon are actually really well set up in Korea through their KYC process, I think it was going to take the heaviest hit. So for it to be quite steady through an overall market retracement around Korea FUD is a really, really good sign for mine. And I think that you were just seeing the start of that confidence build. That's the kind of graph I like, guys. If you have a look at the graph, I think it's sorry, yeah, you're not going to be able to see that, but if you go to CoinMarketCap, I'll bring it up on big screen. But if you look at the graph, this is the sort of graph I'm looking for, where we get that retracement and consolidation. So this Icon hit highs of $12. Altcoin M's got a good question there, which we'll get onto in, just after I look at this chart, Altcoin M, just so I can try and keep some sort of flow going to the show. But what I'll show you now is the graph action that I like. So it's more towards the end of this graph on Icon, but we took that run up to $12 and then it came down, and now it's consolidating and slowly moving sideways and maybe even a little bit up just at the end of that graph. So I think Icon, yeah, I can be wrong. It can dip down to $6. It's gone super big from ICO. We know that. But I think it is going to do Ethereum-like dominant in Korea, which means it will get to a price point of $30 based on the figures that I've researched. So at $10, I think it's, well, just above the $10 mark now at $10.73. I think it's pretty good buying still. For the long term and medium term, I think you'll hit $30. Altcoin M has said, is it too late to get into NEO? Based on the figures that I was doing, I can't remember the exact figure, but it was just roughly, and I hate doing this, but it was roughly $300 a coin. What path it's going to take to there, Altcoin M, is really, really difficult to assess. It's going to be heavily news-driven. This economy is heavily news-driven and heavily emotion-driven, heavily rumor-driven as well. So it does depend on a number of factors to determine the exact path of NEO. And honestly, I can't be 100% sure that the maths I did is, took in some assumptions, which you've got to do when creating a theoretical formula. And I can't be 100% sure that the assumptions I've made are going to reign true. I've done them with the best I can in terms of research. And again, it was based around Ethereum's Ethereum valuation and NEO's achieving an Ethereum-like dominance in China based on investment capital coming out of China. And I took in some other factors as well, but it came to a rough figure of $300 a coin. I thought that's reasonable. I can see that happening. So that was back when it was a lot cheaper too, sort of $35 to $50 a coin. I started running the numbers, and so far I'm halfway there. So I've still got to feel like I'm on the right track for that valuation. And as usual, my calculations usually don't factor in growth in the overall economy and predicted spending increases based on more money coming into the economy. So it also doesn't take into account dilution, though, for other DApp platforms coming in. So it is a very simplistic equation, but I almost find that looking at things in that way is easier. You can spend hours and hours building a very, very complex formula, but it only takes one assumption to be slightly out, or one figure that you've actually collected to change slightly, and your formula is going to be way out anyway. So for me, it's just like how I get my targets. I just take these things that I can see happening. Can Icon achieve a Ethereum-like dominance of 12.5% of crypto investment in Korea? I believe, yes, it can. Can NEO achieve that same dominance throughout China? Yes, I believe it can. So at least I start getting some places to put my price points. I think NEO's got a really solid potential for 2018 based on the actual volume of ICOs already announced, already planned for 2018, somewhere above the 20s. It was 27 or 28 at the start of the year. A few of those have released now, including Q-Link and the key, which is it's releasing shortly, and Red Pulse as well. I think that was actually at the end of 2017. But the point is, these apps have come out, and it's proving, proving the value of the network, the Neo network. Hash Puppy's coming soon. Some people excited about that, not necessarily Fish, although I do have a free one that I got given. All right. So yeah, that's, I don't know, man. Like usually on the back of these huge runs, altcoin M, I don't like to say go out there and buy. Like buying at all-time highs is usually not a good idea. It very rarely turns out being a good idea. You can usually get it cheaper. But Neo, if there's one coin that I've seen really buck trends in terms of it should retrace, it's Neo. And that's how I still tell the story to this day. I first bought Neo at $1.30 and I dumped the entire bag when I thought I was a genius in the crypto economy after being in it for all of a month. I dumped it all at 10. And it did retrace back to $6 or $4 or $6, but I never bought it back. And it was silly because then next time it hit 10, it just kept going. It never stopped at 10 again. It just kept going. So yeah, obviously if I'd held my bag in Neo from $1.30, I'd be doing a lot better now. So lesson learned, I don't dump old bags anymore. I put some in the long-term bag no matter what. Okay, let's have a look. Adnan said, every ICO has performed really well. Doesn't just make sense then to take part in every ICO. Adnan, no. Simple fact, man. Look, ICOs have performed well, but so has the platforms that host the ICOs. Now, don't forget, whenever you're investing in an ICO, there could be several months before the coin release, and your aim is to outperform the coin that you've invested in. Otherwise, why are you doing it? Just hold the Neo or Ethereum. So yes, they've performed well. Does that mean you should go and just splash money into every ICO? Quite the opposite, in my opinion. Quite the opposite, because with money being splashed into every ICO, people are going to be buying up the Neo and Ethereum to do it, right? So you increase your own takings or your own profit from this if you actually choose ICOs that are actually going to outperform the base coin. And not all of them have done that, that's for sure. Did they destroy? I still don't want to announce it too much because it's today. Once ICO start launching on Icon, price would shoot up. Liquid investment, I'd say so, man. Once you prove the worth of the network, once you prove that businesses are prepared to put their faith in that network and build on top of it and build their decentralized applications on top of it, that adds value. It has to. Whether that value has already been factored in with Icon because of the announcements that have been made about partnerships already, that's a decision you've got to make. But what I'm using at the moment is Icon's price against Neo, against Ethereum, and against a couple of platforms that perhaps, in my opinion, have been a little overvalued in recent times in ADA and EOS in terms of, yes, they've got lofty ambitions and goals and the plans look brilliant, but they're still plans. And until I see some real world action, I'm going to prefer Neo and Ethereum and soon to be Icon because they've got a very hectic schedule for 2018 where they will be releasing to either prove or disprove their network. Don't forget, it can go the other way. But I think I'm preferring them over what I see as overpriced white papers at the moment in testing phases. Like testnets, yeah, that's great. And mainnet launch is coming soon, that's great. But I mean, if you have a look at EOS and Cardano and how long they've been on market and how long it's going to be before they actually have an application released on top of it, and then you compare that to Icon, who released, I just think it was more responsible the way they did it. They went and did the work first. So they went around and said, right, we're going to sign up this company, that company. We're going to explain to them blockchain. We're going to show them how we're going to make this work for them and this work for them. They went and did all that work before building the blockchain and before even bloody getting the white paper out. Now, to me, that added value much more than the research that Cardano and EOS have done and the theoretical work that Cardano and EOS have done. So to me, was I super impressed with the ICX tech? No, not super blown away. Oh, this is going to, you know, 1 million transactions per second, all this sort of stuff. I was blown away with the real world work that they did and the order in which they did it. They didn't rush into the market to take advantage of what was a craziness of flood of money coming into the ICO space. They did it responsibly. They went and made sure they could before they asked for the money to see if they could, which is what, to me, a lot of other companies have gone that way. So yeah, thank you for another fish rant. Yeah, but liquid investments, long story short, man, yeah, I think it'll go up. See you later, guys.
See ya.
Those $32 Neos are looking pretty good right now. How are you, Wilkie? Good to see you. Everyone's Crypto Chronicles is an ICX fan. 1 Neo equals, I'm going to leave it Stroya just because I want to leave that. What do you think of Ubic? I believe it can go far 2018. Excuse my French, I've only looked into its value proposition as a crypto debit card because it is one that I was looking at potentially ordering for myself. I haven't actually looked into what other value propositions Ubic are offering in terms of a payment service or a payment mediatory for the crypto economy into the fiat world or to the real world spending world. So I really am not qualified to comment on that one, but I can say as much as that it's a necessary industry in the crypto economy to have people working on payment systems and methods of actually spending crypto in day-to-day world. Thanks for the question. Adnan Hack. The daft ones like 0.1 cents tend to do really well as coins with high anticipation. Yeah, there's definitely been a unit bias recently. We've talked about that several times. Coin price doesn't matter, hashtag. ICX graph is just about to start its fifth wave up on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Elliott wave movement. I predict a 140,000 sat, $20 ICX within the next 30 days. I wouldn't be surprised, Seb. I wouldn't be surprised, but it does depend on overall market as well. We've already seen what a scare out of Korea and a headline out of Korea and one person's ambition to shut down the crypto economy out of Korea did to the prices within a very, very small amount of time. Now, if that was actually substantiated and Korea, like that bill that he is now sort of working on, if that actually kind of sort of gets proposed and actually gets sort of passed into law, crypto winter could be upon us. Seriously. That's how much money comes in out of Korea into this economy. BP said ICO madness. Hourglass said, proud of my bag of Neo I've accumulated. When the China FUD came, that was the best thing to happen. Well, Hourglass, you could take a similar perspective with Icon because I think the Korea FUD would have held the Icon price down. Crypto Chronicus said, I will take all hash puppies. Crypto Chronicus, I announced yesterday. I can't believe you're trying to steal my hash puppies. I'm opening up the Royal Society of Prevention to Cruelty to Digital Animals. And anyone who's got unloved hash puppies, crypto kitties, the fishy things that D's into now, any animals that are unloved in the crypto world can be donated to Fish's Animal Shelter, sponsored by the Royal Society of Prevention to Cruelty to Digital Animals, which is a 100% for-profit organisation. The gas you will generate is going to be the real butter. You don't have to give up your Neo in order to make profit. Yeah, residual income coins are definitely becoming favoured, Hourglass. There's, proof of stake models and residual income tokens. So you've got a couple at the moment that are doing, one that I think is undervalued at the moment based on maths that I've actually done, guys, again, and I do have to adjust the formula slightly, but I never, like for KuCoin shares, the actual KuCoin shares, I never factored in any growth into one of the newest exchanges in the economy. And that's very, very, very unlikely. I'd say the KuCoin shares exchange, with how user-friendly it is, how well it's set up, and the growing list of coins that they're getting on there, I think it'll be a top 5 exchange one day. Now, if that's true, they're going to be turning over $1 to $2 billion minimum in volume a day at a 0.2% trade fee on each exchange, 0.1% to the buyer, 0.1% to the seller. Just off the top of my head, I could have this wrong. That's $4 million a day if they get to 2 billion, right? 4 million a day, and part of that, at least, I'm not sure what the overall rate is paid to KuCoin shareholders, I think it's going to whittle down to 15% eventually of the overall trade fees is split out amongst the overall shareholders. But we could do formula on what that would mean, and that means you're going to get a really decent residual income on KuCoin shares. And the best part as well, guys, you've got to consider this as well. When you get paid your residual income, a lot of it's getting paid in the whatever they're trading. So, for example, when I went and bought up a bunch of Dragon Chain, Dee got paid a really nice commission in Dragon Chain on her account. Now, if Dragon Chain goes up, she's not only made the commission, she's made gains on the commission. So it's a really interesting reward structure. It has started out very, very lofty to get people involved, which is clever. And it starts off quite high at around 50, it is 50% to KuCoin shareholders. And then it whittles away to 15% over time. I can't tell you exactly how that dilution works and over what time period, but I do know that that's something you need to be aware of in taking that into consideration. But yeah, man, there's some really good residual income coins. I got my staking reward with PIVX a couple of days ago. Then I had my wallet shut down yesterday, which was naughty of me, not securing the network. It's back up and running now, but you can see there. There's the 10 PIV I sent to. Oh, hang on. So I sent 10 PIV to Crypto Chronicus. That's that red out, but the arrow there, that's staking reward. And that's Crypto Chronicus tattoo payment. And if he actually goes ahead with it, I've got to give him 20 PIVX because I made a bet. I'm not a betting man, but this seemed okay because it was a friend. It's not something I'm going to get addicted to, paying people to get tattoos. Should be fun, though. Do you get gas for holding gas? I don't think so, Floyd. Could be wrong, but I didn't think that was part of it. Ubiq is DApp platform. You were confusing it with Ubiq UI card. Oh man, it's got the first 4 letters are identical. No wonder I confused it. Ethercept said blasphemy. Cardano equals moon. Yeah, man. As soon as those academics get off their butt and actually do something, I'm going to get slapped by D. Ethercept's going to leave the Discord group. I'm only joking, academic friends. Now is the first blockchain that is going to give all the money back to investors from ICO. Also, the first and only blockchain that has had 2 ICOs. Okay, cool. Altcoin M said, any thoughts on a VeChain partnership with China central government? I hadn't actually read that they developed that partnership. You know what I did read about, though? I've got Walton Coin, Altcoin M. I did say that I like both in terms of Walton Coin and VeChain. I just saw more growth potential in Walton Coin, which is why it made my top 5 for the year. But VeChain's a similarly impressive project using RFID technology. You know what else I've started to get bullish on, man? Wabi. Check it out when you get a chance, man. Always make your own decisions when you're investing, but I think it's got use cases. Same as I think VeChain and then Walton Coin. Yeah, but I hadn't actually read specifically on the VeChain partnership with the Chinese central government altcoin. That's something that's going to have to hit my research notes for the next couple of days. Thanks for bringing it to my attention. But Walton Coin had an announcement where they were actually in negotiations with Chinese telco companies. And even though I'm holding Walton Coin, I have to call it how I see it. And I think the headline in their own tweet was a little irresponsible because it insinuated that a deal had already been made when the actual article said that negotiations were underway. So I'm going to call it how I see it and say that that was irresponsible. And I don't like that. I still like the project. I think that's irresponsible. And I hold enough Walton Coin to make me want to say, not mention it, but I'm going to call it how I see it. It was. Our guys, okay, I'm getting back to live, guys, because I'm way behind. Oh, NZ Street Beats in. Haven't seen you in ages. How you doing? How about Butt White Jamie Dimon taking back his FUD on Bitcoin and making his own crypto? NZ Street Beats, mate, he was buying up half the crypto world while he made that FUD. For any of you who were actually keeping on top of the scuttlebutt, the rumors at that time, it was very, very heavily rumored that he had made offers to some top people in the blockchain world, literally the same day as he was publicly denouncing Bitcoin and blockchain technology. So he is ruthless, man. Have a look at his history. I've talked about it before. He did exactly the same thing in the banking world. He went and bought up all the Citibank execs and basically took over the banking world from within. Very crafty man. Very crafty. Incredibly, incredibly immoral, but crafty. Thanks for your answer, Fish. I'm no expert, but Ubiq is smart contracts. Sorry, guys. I've got the wrong one. So I was speaking about the credit card or the debit card that is UBQ. Makes it hard when there are only 2 letters difference, doesn't it? Sorry about that. That is a mistake of mine. I'd like to clarify that I know nothing about Ubiq. I haven't read into it. Smart contracts built on improved Ethereum code base, 3 times less total supply. Don't quote me. Bought around 180, I believe, will reach $100. I believe it will reach 100 in 2018. Cool, gotcha. $100 in 2018. Yeah, sweet. Thanks for the price prediction. 500 Neo gives me about 1 gas every 8 days. Thank you, Stephen Milner. It's a good thing. All right, cool. Cornering the market, silver futures. Man, I haven't looked at silver in ages, Thomas Lee. What's it trading at? What's its per ounce? If it's drifting towards that sort of, I think it was around $16 from memory. I think if you're drifting towards that, it's probably gone below that if you're asking about it. Because I heard there had been a little bit of a hit in the precious metals market, but I honestly don't keep a track of it anymore. But I think $16 US an ounce was not going to be. I don't think it'll stay at that low forever. Thomas Lee just said, I haven't looked since crypto either as well. Why are we even talking about it? Don't worry. All right. I want to just have a quick look where PIVX is sitting, actually, because I haven't even looked today. It's one of the things when you're a hodler and you're using it as a savings account, you're kind of just getting stoked about your staking rewards and then, looking long term on it. It becomes easy not to watch the market. So I'm just going to do a quick check of PIVX, because often if there's a big move up or down, I'll miss it because I'm just sort of, like I said, the majority of my PIVX is staking away in that wallet. No, it's looking good. $11.75. Still well above that $10 psychological support. It's been testing $12 a lot. It even popped up as high as 13. So pretty happy. Seb, Walton, and other inaccurate announcements. There seem to be some questionable ethics around making statements to pump coins due to the unregulated nature of the market. Seb, got to agree. Yeah, Thomas Lee. Oh, man, I wish I'd done it back in the day. When I first started working for PIVX, it was $1.50 or $1.80. So a masternode would have cost me 15 grand to 18 grand. I just didn't have the money. I didn't have the money at the time. I'd gone through a bit of hardship with my house flooding and I'd invested a lot into other projects. So in terms of liquid capital, I had virtually nothing. But, things have turned around somewhat and now I'm accumulating towards that masternode as I get some good gains on other coins. It's my savings account. I've said that many times. Michael Jordan's in the house. Haven't seen him for ages. Got to bounce 2 a.m. in France. Thanks for your chill lives. Yeah, man, no worries. Bonsoir. Bonsoir, mon ami. Is that right? Mi ami, mon ami. I can't remember. It's been a long time since I spoke French. Good evening. Okay, yeah, I was going back to Seb Fox's comments about questionable ethics around statements of pump coins, blah, blah, blah. Not blah, blah, blah. It's a very good comment, but you guys all heard me say it. I agree. I think long-term rather than short-term. Now, pump and dumps don't work well for a coin. It shakes a lot of confidence out and people don't come back to it. Sustained growth is what you're looking for. Sustained growth and community building. Honestly, it's the biggest part of it. Not necessarily, look, I do speak a lot about the quality of our devs at PIVX, but as equally important to that is the community that we've built and the people who are just buy more PIVX when it dips and know that we've got it available now in several places that can be spent in Cancun, I believe, in like bars and stuff like that, now accepting PIVX. Crypto Chronicus has done his thing. I've got a proposal to put through, a final proposal. We've already had a verbal agreement, but a final proposal to put through to the tattoo artist to accept PIVX. That's pretty cool. Crypto Chronicus, whenever he feels like getting some fresh ink, he can go and pay in PIVX. That's sweet. So yeah, I've got a couple other things I'm working on in the surfing world as well, which is going to hopefully allow PIVX to be spent in some really, really interesting surfing situations. I can't speak too much about that because I haven't got the signature on the bit of paper. So yeah, I mean, I think that's as important as the tech, but the slow, sustained, steady growth is kind of what you're looking for. Because as soon as you get pumped and people buy you at all-time highs and you drop 50% of that, they don't like you anymore. They lose faith, and they're certainly not going to be lining up to buy more. So, you know, if we can minimize drops to like 20 or 30% in this market, that's pretty good. So yeah, I think there's something to be said about the stability and sustained growth patterns of a coin, rather than how quickly I can turn my $50 into a Lambo, which seems to be the flavor of the month at the moment. I'm just going to read out there's some good. Oh, okay, you guys are speaking French to each other. Sweet. Joseph Garnier's got another one. VRM looks like a possible sleeper. I was just looking at the chart, and the recent trend is very bullish. With a market cap of only 17 million, who knows? Seems like interesting tech as well. VRM. Which one's that? Mr. Garnier? Let's have a look. VRM. Ethereum Reserve. Let's have a quick look. Do you want to have a look at it? Let's have a look at one. We haven't done that today. A quick look at this one. Courtesy of Joseph Garnier. Let's have a look. Alrighty, VRM. Going over to our old friend coinmarketcap.com. Sorry, Mr. PIVX 0p Piv man. All right. VRM. Ethereum Reserve. Okay, as suggested by Mr. Garnier, a market cap of just under 18 million US dollars, with a trade volume of 300,000 US dollars. Pretty good trade volume to market cap ratio there. You've got to be happy with that. Around 5%. No, sorry. Oh, my live maths just let me down so bad. It'd be, what would it be? It'd be 2% roughly. Yes, thank you. Circulating supply of, it's a low supply. 1,454,000. I'm actually favoring coins with low supply now because the market's gone completely berserk over these low per unit costs. It's pretty big parabolic to, it's come up pretty hard recently. Spiked at $17 after being steady at around this point, $2.50. So growth of $14.50. We're going to take back $7.25 from the spike at $17, which brings us to $9.25 as the Fibonacci sequence buy point. So we're still a way off that. I'd be looking for a little bit more retracement to buy in. That's just based on charts. If this is brilliant technology, we may need to reassess when we're looking to buy in. Fibonacci sequence, which is not maths or science, doesn't necessarily count when we're talking about emerging technology. So let's have a look at the website. Sorry, we'll have a look at a couple of other things. It's been around for a while. Really been around for a while. What's caused this recent pump? That's what I'd like to know. Let's have a look at the markets. That concerns me when a coin's been around for a long, long time. But look, to be fair, it was mentioned as a potential, been sleeping for a while and it's now just getting woken up. Okay, it's available on Bittrex. That's always a good thing. Cryptopia and Lifecoin, not huge availability. And with Bittrex not accepting new customers at the moment, that can be keeping the price down as well, because it's potentially a factor in PIVX as well. Our availability outside of Bittrex is certainly something we're focusing on, but at this stage it is up bit for the Koreans, Cryptopia, and a couple others as well. But the major exchanges we are yet to hit other than Bittrex. So let's have a look at the website and see what Ethereum Reserve is all about. It is a low market cap coin, guys. So this is where your high risk, high reward is. These coins can fall out into obscurity and essentially go to a near zero value, and they can be the next big thing. And you do this could be the Ethereum of 2018. You don't know until you do your research, and you can research as hard as you like, and the market disagrees with you. So let's have a quick look. Introducing Binary Chain, the world's first binary blockchain protocol. Vericoin and Verium is the first dual blockchain protocol technology that pairs a digital currency with a digital reserve. This means faster transactions, more secure, and solves the digital currency scalability puzzle. Binary Chain is the most comprehensive solution to ensure low-cost, secure, fast, and scalable digital transactions. Binary Chain explained, current digital currencies face an impossible task of trying to be both a fast currency and a secure store of value. Vericoin and Verium together solved this problem with the groundbreaking dual blockchain system called Binary Chain. Binary Chain secures and accelerates transactions by leveraging complementary protocol technologies, POST, proof of stake time, and POWT, proof of work time, in a cutting-edge blockchain ecosystem. This results in reduced transaction times for Vericoin as fast as 30 seconds, improved Verium transaction times from 5 minutes down to 1 to 3 minutes, full decentralized through 2 chains, POST and POWT, completely immutable, a fully secure digital financial system. Okay. How long's the video? All right, let's see what this fella has to say. How are you, champion? Oh, nah. Sorry.
The binary chain solves the Bitcoin scaling problem in a number of ways. First off, the Bitcoin scaling problem is essentially that you want to have a lower transaction size that propagates across the entire global network so that there isn't network latency problems. So you want to keep the transaction size relatively low to keep to remove network latency issues. So Bitcoin has a 1 megabyte cap on the transaction size. The problem is now arising where the 1 megabyte capacity is being reached. And now on the Bitcoin network right now, I think the current recent number is about 85,000 or so backlogged transactions because there's not enough transaction throughput under 1 megabyte total per block. So now we have a backlog of transactions where the highest fee transactions are going through first and the lowest fee transactions are going through maybe not at all. So what this ultimately leads to is a race condition for a fee market, and that's what's happening. So now, over the last, say, 2 years, Bitcoin's fees have gone up exponentially per transaction. So now it's like $1 to $2 per transaction on Bitcoin because you are trying to avoid the transaction backlog. We've solved both the fee market problem, which is a result of the scaling problem, and the scaling problem with the binary chain. And we've done this by having, first of all, in Verium, the proof of work digital reserve, we have a new protocol called proof of work time. And this protocol has a variable block time. And as the computational power grows, the block time decreases. And basically, this is an auto-scaling mechanism where if you have more miners, you have better security, you can speed up transactions without risking the consensus because you have better security. And because the transaction time between blocks is sped up, you have more capacity because per unit time because you have the same block size cap but over a shorter period of time. So you can fit more transactions in a set unit of time. So proof of work time solves the scaling problem of Bitcoin. And then combining Verium, the digital commodity with Vericoin, we can leverage the strengths and weaknesses of both, where we have a costly, high-value commodity being mined, which enhances security of the transactions that are occurring on its chain, but also Vericoin's chain. And Vericoin's chain is proof of stake. It has extremely low fees, like less than 1,000th of a cent, and it has a costless consensus system. So there's basically no situation ever where there would be a fee market arising. And it also has 10 times the capacity of Bitcoin. In addition to, when Vericoin and Verium are paired together, it will have an increasing block time like Verium, offered by the Verium miners, and auto scale as well. So basically what we have is a currency that has low fees with no situation where a fee market could ever arise, where the transaction speeds are very fast. And then we have a high fee commodity that pays the miners well to improve the low fee transaction system. So the combination of Vericoin and Verium into a paired binary chain solves the scaling problem and prevents the fee market.
Yep. All right, coming back. It's interesting. My main concern is someone sent me a white paper to have a look at, or a project to have a look at on Discord the other day. And they said, Fish, what do you think of this one? And the first line was, we're going to increase the difficulty of mining to increase the amount of energy consumption that's used to increase the inherent value in the coin because it costs more to produce. And I went, I'm out. Seriously, we want to work towards models that increase the energy consumption? No, not for me. PIVX can run off 15 houses solar panels to run our entire network for the amount of power consumption we take. So that's kind of more the projects I'm looking for. So for me to say, I'd have to understand more about the technical advantages of doing a hybrid model like that. But to me, it seems like taking $2 each way where it's not necessarily necessary. Now, I would have to consult with my technical friends and technical experts to understand whether my line of thinking is correct in that. But it really does seem like, I don't know, keeping in sort of a proof of work model using a large amount of power for the sake of keeping that model in. I'd have to really think about it more. It's the first time I've looked at it, so I can't really make a judgment based on that 5-minute look. But it was a good first look, and it's right down the market cap, guys. That's your high risk, high reward category. So if you do like, especially if you're technically minded and you can understand why that is needed, that hybrid model, and you can say, yeah, it actually is, then it might be something you're interested in. For me personally, I've seen the PIVX model work well. So I'm looking towards a digital resource that puts less strain on our real world resources. I hope that's okay. I've seen it advertised heavily, Frat Boy. Frat Boy said, anyone looked into the Storica ICO, sorry. Storica. It comes up on my YouTube feed, like my YouTube ads every 10 seconds. So I've only seen it as far as to see that it's basically a decentralized marketplace. Would that be the best way to describe it? I haven't actually looked into the white paper and read into the team or anything like that. It's going to be a competitive space. You've already got District 0x, you've got SafeX, you've got I want to say 4, but I haven't really checked up on that. Elysium Core, you're in here. Do you know if 4's doing are they doing decentralized marketplace based on PIVX protocol? That's what someone had told me, but I hadn't actually researched it myself. Do you play this just so you could go lay a cable? Backyard Charizard caught me out. You've always got a funny comment or two. Let's hypothetically say an ICO changes its token price 1 hour before the sale to almost 3 times the price. Do you still proceed? Carl Quest said it depends on whether that I can still justify buying at that value. But Carl Quest said, brilliant point, man. A really, really good point. Because the enthusiasm in this space is undeniable. Now, as a crypto wave investment crew getting into ICOs, we've made considerable gains in 2017. And that's got everyone a little bit trigger happy, if I'm being honest, because we were looking at a project recently. I still haven't received an email back about that one, guys, and still looking at that project. And it looks to be an excellent project. But before, you know, I sort of said, well, I'll be willing to invest this much depending on evaluation. We're just getting an idea of people's budgets, but people were saying, oh, if we get in, I'll double it. And I'm like, we don't even know the price yet. Can we wait and see what they value their own company at before we decide whether they're overvaluing it or not? So I think people have gotten a little bit trigger happy. And, you know, I think that can be dangerous because I think, like I said, to actually be successful in ICO investing, you really have to outperform the coin that you've invested in. So if you are investing in Ethereum, you need to outperform it. If you are investing in Neo, you need to outperform that. And that would have been a difficult task recently, especially with Neo. But yeah, both of them. David Tangs, hope all is well. Everything goes up, not mine. My S&M. S&M will main for Aeon. Think it will happen next week. Things will rise. I don't mind S&M. I think S&M, just trying to remember, that's in the shared resources, computing, processing power race with Golem, and there's one other project that I can't remember. Am I right? I think it is. Fish, check out Rupee Coin on CoinMarketCap. Huge plans for 2018, market cap under 20 million, if you have time. Gotcha, excuse my French. Since you're still up, even though it's 2 o'clock in the morning in France, we will have a quick look at it, and we will make that the last one for the day, guys. So if you're interested in having a look at Rupee Coin, stick around. We're going to flick over to screen share now and have a look at that. Screen share. Rupee Coin, for excuse my French. CoinMarketCap. That one? I think it is. Rupee Coin. Market cap of 14.5 million, 175,000 in volume, 22,885,900 RUP, with a max supply of almost 4 times that. So still quite a lot of inflation to come. We'd have to see how long that, as always, how long that inflation occurs over. Okay. Stable here. We'll call it stable here. Say it 30 cents up to 80. Take back 25. I'd buy at 55 based on Fibonacci sequence. You see how quickly I've done that. So I'm still a little bit away from buy territory for me based on charting alone and a non-mathematically proven, non-scientifically proven fishy muck around formula. Okay, so let's go over and have a look at the website. Oh, sorry, markets first. Where are we at? It is available on Cryptopia, Coin Exchange, Yobit, Trade Satoshi. Your exchanges where that's available. Mostly been traded on Cryptopia. Okay, website. rupeeblockchain.org. I'm not going to watch the video because I'm making this a quick one. Decentralized cryptocurrency for India, South Asia, and the world. South Asia blockchain. Until now, India and South Asia have been off the map for blockchain. I'm not so sure about that. We feel that it is time to create one blockchain-based decentralized currency for India and South Asia. And there can't be a better name than Rupee itself, which is almost 2 millennia of rich history in trade and commerce. You're right. I've actually got a very, very old silver rupee, which will soon be for sale on my collectible coin store, coinbaycollect.com. Soon to be accepting cryptocurrency as payment. Plug for my own coin store. How pathetic is that? All right, history. The history of fiat rupee started in ancient India in 3rd century BC. Ancient India was one of the earliest issuers of coins in the world. The rupee continued its journey as a fiat currency through Mughal rule. Mughal? I don't know how it's pronounced. and into modern times. I'm not sure how that's relevant. I'm sorry, but it's not to cryptocurrency. Rupee is widely known around the world as fiat currency, primarily used in South Asia. Rupee is the common name of paper fiat currencies in India, Pakistan, Indonesia, the Maldives, Mauritius, Nepal, the Seychelles, and Sri Lanka. Yes, I use Sri Lankan rupees very often when I'm over there. Okay, so we've got the white paper that we can go through. It's proof of work coin. 22-minute circulating. Block rewards 50 rupee. 5-minute block times. Here's your roadmap. Okay, so these are the 2018 developments that were being referred to by, excuse my French, exchange listings, Android and iOS wallets, payment gateway, and POS application. Look, these things start getting ticked off, and that's going to be a good sign. Detailed roadmap, good. We can look more into it. The Rupee team, Adam Syed, Raj Reddy, MS Srinivas, Fawaz Chaudhry. Yeah, cool. So a South Asian-based team makes sense for a South Asian-based product, right? Cool. You'd have to go and have a look at each of those people. Exchanges and wallets, coin exchange, Cryptopia. Okay. So they've got good links to where you can buy it. That's good to see. Frequently asked question, what is the Rupee? There's a lot of information on here, so it's something you need to go and have a look at, guys. See how much development's going on. Follow them on Twitter if they've got a Twitter account. See how often they're doing their updates on what developments they've done. See how active they are in building their community. These are all important aspects in looking at your things. So for me personally, I prefer proof of stake models, and I think proof of work is becoming less desired. So I'm hesitant to get into any new coins looking at proof of work models. Not entirely, but I just lean towards proof of stake. But yeah, it looks interesting. I had seen Rupee coin. I mean, it's got a good name. That's obvious. Rupee's, yeah, like a heavily used currency, so makes sense. I'm just coming back to the chat, guys. Oh, Nige has just given us an update from the football world in England. Man City unbeaten run ended 4-3 loss at Liverpool. That hurts Fishy, who is a Man City supporter, although hasn't watched a game in probably 3 or 4 years. I was a Man City supporter when they first, this is how long ago it was. I was a Man City supporter, Nige, and still am, but I actively watched games and supported Man City in their first year out of relegation from Division 1 or whatever it's called, back into the Premier League. So Ian Spicer said Fishbay. Fishbay.com. Oh, man. It just sounds fishy to me. Oh, David Tengs. Aeon Special asked for cooperation with S&M. Don't know. Oh, sorry, we read that one. You have to see the cut I sent you on Discord. Yeah, I did see. Oh, I haven't watched it yet, David. I saw that you sent it, man. It's just that I'm sleeping 4 hours a night at the moment. So I'm trying to pack everything in. What about India Coin? Ruth, I haven't checked out India Coin. We might have to check that out on a Medi98 said Man City have supporters. Yes, they do, mate. They live in Manchester, unlike Man United supporters who live everywhere else in the world. William Yates said Ipswich. Yes, Ipswich is a place in Queensland. I don't know what more to say about it than that. Been out there a few times. That was an incredible game, although I am a Liverpool fan. All right, I'm not going to start the football conversation because that's something I'm even less educated about than cryptocurrency. Guys, it's been a fun conversation as always. I'll be back for another one tomorrow. Until then, be very responsible with your investments. When I say only invest what you can afford to lose, I mean it. Rip up money, throw it away. That's all we're putting into this. Have a good day, guys. I'll catch up with you tomorrow.